Go to Appearance.
Yep.
And go to Themes.
Yep.
Okay, you have the active theme you have is a 2012, which is a theme that is the default theme developed by WordPress on the year 2012.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so in other words, that is a theme, and that belongs to WordPress. It's not even theirs,
Yeah.
Now, did they customize it? Yes, because, obviously, I guess you paid for the logo design, and then you told them what did you want in there or not, correct?
Yeah, we paid separately for the logo. And
Okay.
then the changing things around, we did pay for that as well.
Yeah, but as you can see, your active theme is 2012, okay?
So would they have purchased that from WordPress?
No, that is free.
Oh, it's free, yeah, because so what the director is saying is, I'll just read it out to you what he's saying. So I said to him today, he used a pre-made template, and then his response was, um, it was built from scratch.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. It will take a little bit because I need to make sure that what we're about to define here makes sense, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Your website, I'm looking at it, and it has book online, and that book online takes you to this simple email form, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec because I'm making my notes too.
And then that goes into a booking system, but we pay someone else for our booking system.
That's what I was going. That was my next question.
Yeah, we pay like a monthly fee to, it's a very good company called You Can Book Me, and it's totally separate.
Okay, so right there, that is one of the functionalities that they did not develop. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a no.
Yeah.
That actually, if they did not develop the booking system already, the website, and I think that's the main function that your website has, correct?
That's the main kind of sales function that our website has. Other than that, it's just a website. I don't think there's anything else particularly clever. There's a lot of linking. A lot of things are sort of linked together on the site.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
Um,
a lot of kind of link, like, yeah, certain pages are linked together. Like there's, um, I guess if I put, for example, if I make a new therapist profile, it'll automatically come up on the homepage if I select the right template for that. So they've done some technical things in relation to that.
okay, now do me a favor, go back to your WordPress dashboard, please.
Yep.
And can you scroll down on the dashboard black bar, just on the sidebar?
Mm-hmm.
Inside File Manager, Shopping Chat, Drive Dashboard, News. Okay, there are a lot of things that they may have by. So if we go to plugins,
Well,
can you
first,
click on plugins,
okay, because I'll
please?
tell you what ones we've installed after. Because, like, for example, Zopim, we installed ourselves.
Yeah, like slideshows and all those things.
Yeah, with the plugins though, I think they would have charged us extra
Sorry.
if they'd purchased anything. So anyway, here are the plugins.
Okay. How do you change the pictures on your slideshows?
On the slideshows, like for example, on this one or this one,
All of it.
all of it. Okay, well, different ones. So to change the pictures here, we just create a new therapist profile, and then we will, in the therapist profile, we can put the number. We just write down 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever number position we want them to go in. and that will change those around.
Could
Do you want me to show you?
Yes, before we move to the next one, so we
Yep.
don't
Okay, cool.
go
So
superficially over those things.
I'll go to my profile, and then I'll just show you. So all of the profiles look the same. If I'm creating a new one, I pick like the parent page is consultants, and then there's a few different templates. I think there's 5-page templates that they've made for us, and then the order. So I selected order number 1 for my profile.
And who made this for? Did they made that for you?
Yeah, they made that.
They developed it.
Yeah, so they did about 5. I think it was like 5 different types of pages. So the practitioner page or the consultants page is like one type of page, and then if you put a new practitioner page up, it'll link to the home page. And anyway, that page template looks like that.
But I'll tell you one thing. Most of this type of slideshows, okay, are sold via, WordPress plugins.
Yeah.
That technology, you can pretty much get it for free.
Yeah, because they didn't charge us extra, because I think if they weren't getting any things for free, they would have told us and charged us extra.
Yeah, and what these things could cost normally is not more than $40, and I mean US dollars each.
Yeah.
So if you buy that sort of technology, it can be $40 each.
Yeah.
How many of those things do you have?
Well, we have some sort of slider thing here, which is like the video one. So if we have put a new video up on our website, it'll appear, like a few of them will do a preview. And then we've got the consultants one. We've got the testimonial one, but this wasn't quite right for us, so I had to get my own developer to fix all of that. And that's it, really. I mean, that's pretty much that's all of the homepage stuff, and I think the other pages are all pretty straightforward pages.
So this is your most complex page, obviously, the homepage, right?
Yeah, this is the most complex page. Every other page, I'll just show you what the other pages look like.
Okay, do me a favor. So we have one slideshow for therapists with a database.
Yep.
That you can use to update, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If they develop that, something like this can be actually, you could have hired your own developers through any other company, and it could have cost you $750 to $1,200 for something like this. Yeah. And not even, because it only displays a picture. It has an H1, which is your title or name, and then a little description of your position and, like your specialty. But apart of that, you click on any of those things, and it just takes you to another page or something.
The thing is, they showed me the template before they'd even started building it, and they'd already had the circles on the template, and it already had like this thing. So I believe that
it's called a parallax, and these things are like, I will put it this way: you can find them anywhere and just customize the CSS. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually, I do that sometimes with my clients. That's why I don't overcharge them, because sometimes I sell a website and a lot of the technology is already done, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Can you still hear me? Yeah, so the last thing I heard you say was that it's already done. You don't have to like reinvent it or anything like that. So whatever
Yeah.
they showed us in the beginning already had these circles and already had that on it. So I believe that was something they probably just used all the time or was already part of like the template or something like that.
Well, by the discussion we're having at the moment, and for what I see on your website, and there's a lot more to see because I don't want to just conclude and like destroy their reputation based on without having basis to really say that they did wrong. But the website that you have, if that is one of the things, is there anything else that you can upload things to database to change things?
Okay, so we have a video section.
Mm-hmm.
And when we add a video, like, so here's all our videos, they'll just show like on the home page. So they'll just show, and it's kind of what I mentioned before, but they'll just show here when we upload a new video. But one thing to really point out was all the step along the way was absolute torture communicating with them. So while we wanted certain things done, when we explained it to them, he would pass on the information to these outsourced developers, and then the developers wouldn't understand because I don't believe they were very good at speaking English. He wouldn't let us speak to the developers directly, and then they'd mess the whole thing up, and they would just put like the wrong thing, and it was taking up an awful lot of my time just communicating what I wanted. So like one of my issues is it was just such a waste of time trying to get the site to even look how it did in the end.
Okay,
So
so in other words, first of all, I just have to say that this website is extremely simple. Okay?
yeah,
The website is extremely simple. I know the amount of money, like the economy is different in between Guatemala and there.
yeah,
But I will say that this website, I will not value it for anything more than 4,000 US dollars.
yeah.
That's what I will. That's what I was actually. That I would charge perhaps that.
And with you, at least I could talk to you directly, and you wouldn't you'd understand what I'm saying. Whereas, like, all of this was lost in translation, and it was infuriating because I would say a simple thing like change this picture, and they would just do it wrong, like again and again, and it would take a week for them to change like one picture that they might get wrong and stuff. I'm pretty good at WordPress, and most of the stuff I could have just changed myself. And at this point, they hadn't handed over the WordPress to me because the site wasn't finished. So it was like all this time being wasted on just stuff I could have done myself.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you one thing, Becky. I think sometimes the problem with developers is that most of us are very aware that most of our clients don't know about technology.
Yeah.
Some of us are honest and we will sell the things the right way. Still we need to make money because it's our business, but we don't abuse our client. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that all these tools that you have on your website did not need to be developed either by people in India or Turkey or anything else. And I'm not trying to say anything against using outsource because I do. I outsource my work as well. Because sometimes I don't have enough time to do everything myself. But I don't overcharge my clients for things that are already available in the market and many other things that are free, which are defined as open source. You know what I mean? There's a library, for instance, JavaScript. JavaScript is one of the languages that you use to make this effect that you have with all your consultants. You see how it slides and you see sets of 4?
Yeah.
That is a JavaScript. See?
Mm-hmm.
What it happens is that is the animation side, and it has the HTML, which brings the front end, which is the user experience on the website, and then there's a database that normally you code on PHP, and you use PHPMyAdmin according to the type of hosting you have. But all that said, the development of a tool like this, if the person knows JavaScript, HTML5, CSS3, PHP, and MySQL, should be able to develop this in less than 5 days.
Yeah, yeah. It took like 8, 9, 10, 11 months. 11 months to get it done, which is
And
just
I'll
a
show
joke.
you the reason why is because JavaScript also has a library. Let me see if I can send you the link for that.
Yeah.
JS libraries. List of JavaScript libraries. JavaScripting, no. Okay, be patient, I just need to send you the right one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll send you this is just a sample I don't want to use because these are third parties and intellectually they're protected if we use them as an excuse for anything legal. But if you click on that and you go to animation or any of that, you will find all these libraries, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Including something called Parallax. And the Parallax has the demo. Let's see what the demo displays here. I would like you to go through there and see what the things do in there on the I don't know, just select something on the visual part and try to use the demo. And there's an infinity there of things that display stuff like this.
Where's the demo?
Let's try to check something more simple. Let's see.
Okay.
Animate CSS, crossover scroller, standalone parallax scrolling library. Let me see. Sure. Scroll menu, scroll I. Examples. Well. This is actually there's a better page than this.
So these are all like cool things that you can add to your website.
It's just something that you download and then you manipulate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why. And nowadays you don't really need to do those things, and the reason why is because, for instance, your website is a WordPress, and WordPress already has all that available in plugins.
Yeah.
You know.
So just going back to this template thing again. So obviously he's saying we made the template from scratch. We're saying no, you didn't. It's called 2020. So what's your further comments on that? If someone's saying we made it from scratch and then we're saying no, you used a template. I mean, is there any miscommunication here? Is there any way that they could be interpreting it differently than what we are?
Okay, I sent you something in there that lists the things that I see on your website, okay?
Okay, great.
HTML5 and CSS3. Just with those two languages, which are not considered programming languages because this is for design, HTML5 and CSS3, what they do is they transform the look of the things. It gives colors, it defines the spaces and sizes, and so on. Mm-hmm. Those languages are so simple, and those languages are the ones that were used to give style to your website.
Okay.
The look of your website is a selection of fonts and definition of spaces and dimensions, and that it's something that I will not consider program. And even though if they did it from scratch, HTML5 and CSS3 are super basic coding languages. What they did obviously is that they took the 2012 theme, they downloaded it perhaps, or worked on the CSS file on your. Can you open your WordPress again and share your screen with me?
Yeah.
I want to show you something.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't sharing. Yeah, share screen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open one of my websites because I want to compare my dashboard with yours. Just give me a second. you want to understand more a bit what I mean about HTML5 and CSS3, I invite you to go to this link I sent you, and you will see that you will be able to code things in less than 24 hours, even not knowing how things work.
Brilliant.
And that based on the fact that they really not do anything impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one of the links that I want you to see. It shows you how things work. Honestly, if you go through those tutorials they have online on that one, you can learn how to develop a very basic static website.
Yeah.
In less than 5 days.
Right. Okay. So basically, is the bottom line the site is not made from scratch?
The bottom line is that no, it is not made from scratch because, WordPress has standards and specific ways to deal with certain parts of a website in order to be able to be a dynamic website. So let's say most of the websites are like a letter. They have a header, they have the body of the website, and then they have a footer.
Yeah.
The header and the footer are common parts or common factors on most of the pages. These things, in other words, what your website has, the website is so simple. And I'm just saying it this way. The things that your website do are so simple that right now I will actually even say that your website will be, I don't know, like a $2,500 website.
Yeah.
And maybe I will add perhaps $1,000 more on like the little things that they did, like this parallax sliding thing. I was trying to show you. I'm gonna share my screen with you now.
Okay.
If you can close yours.
Yep.
Okay, so this is one of my clients' website, but let me see if I can find the official JS library. Wikipedia, JavaScript, why is it not in there? Firebase.com libraries. No, be patient, please. I need to make sure I can give you a very good clue of what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
JS libraries. Let's see if I have it in one of this. No, but bottom line is they took advantage of you as a client.
Yeah.
What is the equivalent of 10,000 pounds to US dollars?
I'll just tell you now. I've got XE converter on my phone. It is 14. Is that right? 14? Yeah, 14,255.
Seriously.
Yeah. So what's that? At least $10,000 over?
At least.
Yeah. So if it was made from scratch, they should have been making it from a blank page, right? So there should be no WordPress template. It should be just a blank page.
And the point of all this is disregarding, okay? Disregarding, they coded that from scratch. The code they develop is so simple that is not worthy. It's not worth what they charge you, okay? So disregarding, and it will be a shame that they wouldn't know how to develop this, that they did. Disregarding that, they should have not charged you more than $3,000.
Yeah.
And that I have to mention also that you create. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you before I lost the thing. This is the jQuery. jQuery is JavaScript, and it makes libraries. Okay, and in here you can find all the animation you have in there. It doesn't have to be redone or anything like that. It can just you can just come here and grab like from image and see what they have. You know, they have like pop-ups, they have images loaded, lazy load. All these are different animations, okay?
Yeah.
And so let's say, what is this one here? Let's take anyone. You know, and then let's say we want to see a carousel. Now let's see this. Let's try this version. All of these things can be downloaded, okay? Like, you're not seeing it right now because I don't want to enter into the detail because it's going to be really annoying.
Okay.
But all this, I can just download the thing, manipulate it, and boom, there we go.
Yeah.
You know? And what I'm saying is that, let me see if I can find a jQuery example. Examples. jQuery UI. Okay, this, for instance, this is a draggable, or let me see, widgets, interactions, draggable, tool, spinner. Let's see, what is this? Okay, this thing right here, all these are already effects, okay? They might not be running because, you know, all of them have different functions, and I cannot actually start and just like go ahead and develop the entire thing in front of you, but you can see how the things change, you know, like this is already like an animation.
Yeah.
You see how I change colors with this? This is, I mean, this is a random thing to show you.
Yeah.
But yet, if I want to know how it is that it works, I click on source code and boom, there's the code.
Yeah.
I can just copy this and paste and then manipulate it. Which is smart. It makes our work faster. But it also allows us to sell cheaper and makes the websites more reachable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. That's what I tell my clients. It's not rocket science, but you have to pay for my time. Yes, that is fair. But again, my point of view is that anybody, and there's a lot of people who didn't hasn't go to university or anything and know how to use these things because it's really easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once again, your website, I will value it around $3,000 maximum. All the other things, like for instance, if you pay for your logo separately and all that, well, that's a separate thing to do.
Yeah, we paid for the logo separate. That wasn't even included in the 10,000.
Yes, but you know, with all the things I said, in resume, I would say any website can be developed with those languages I send on that message on Skype, by having a very good definition of how your header, your body, and your footer will look on your website, by defining the fonts, colors, and all that. This part of the website gives the look to the website, and it can be done in 48 hours.
Yeah. So it's like, why did it take 11 months to build it? You know,
Which means that they don't have an idea of what they're doing, because these are very simple and very simple
because it was
development languages.
It was supposed to take 3 months, and then the work just wasn't getting done. It was like at a standstill, and there was lots of mistakes, and then I'd communicate the mistake, and then like it would take 2 weeks for anything to change, and you know, sometimes it would just be some words would be in the wrong place, and you know, as I said, I can sort of, there was lots of things I knew I could change myself, but I was having to wait for these developers that I wasn't allowed to speak to do it. So it's a very frustrating process. But I mean, this is really helpful for me to know, because obviously I wouldn't have been able to figure all of this out myself. So yeah, it's definitely